Hello, hola, Marco. So, it's been about a month and a half since the post-op meeting with the PA. And so how am I feeling now? Um, I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I'm feeling pretty good. Uh, okay. During the post-op with the PA, I mentioned how the itching was bad. Okay. The itching lasted another week and a half, 2 weeks before finally, it just faded away. And that was such a relief. I want to say that the itching may have been the worst part of this endeavor. Uh, I'm not entirely sure that is exactly accurate, but that's kind of how I feel about it. So, right after the surgery, 2, 3 weeks after the surgery, I was in pain, I was sore, I was aching, I had the drains in me, I had to deal with the bandages, removing the bandages, putting on new bandages, and that was all frustrating and annoying and all that. Okay. But for the pain, I had pain medicine that helped with the pain. Enough so that I could sleep. And the soreness and aches I was feeling, they were uncomfortable, but they weren't so bad that I couldn't sleep. The bad part was the itching. Like I said before, one night the itching got so bad that it woke me up. I could not sleep because of the itching. I got up, I went to the laundry room, try and see if I could find a different shirt. Uh, I put on some lotions. I was scratching. I scratched myself raw, like red, and that it was just the worst part. The only thing that actually seemed to help was ice packs. Okay, I put a shirt on and put some ice packs over my shirt on my stomach. Okay, and that seemed to help. But that was the only thing that really seemed to help. The itching was terrible, and it lasted for so much longer than the pain did, or the soreness. Actually, well, okay, the soreness may have lasted a bit longer, but it was tolerable. Again, I could sleep, but the itching was just the worst, just the worst. And again, finally, about a week and a half, 2 weeks after my last visit with the PA, it just faded away. That was such a relief. Awesome. Okay. Now, as far as the soreness, especially in my core, okay, the PA said or suggested that possibly, if I thought it was a good idea, that I could go to a physical therapist to retrain my core, to redevelop my core. And I said, okay, I don't really need to do that. I don't think, because I have CrossFit, I have yoga, I have a personal trainer, I go to Pilates, okay, and those different exercises did help. However, I would say that if you don't have CrossFit or a personal trainer or Pilates or what have you, then you may want to consider going to a physical therapist. Okay. So, reason why I say that, okay, I wanted to get back to working out. I was frustrated that I couldn't work out for 6 weeks and then some, and I wanted to get back to it. I wanted to get back to it. Uh, Fortunately, my various trainers did not allow me to push myself too far. And that's okay, anyways, because when I tried to do simple crunches, I could do maybe 4, 5, 6 crunches before it got painful, before it felt like someone was putting the thumb, like digging the thumb into my stomach. It wasn't like a sharp pain, but it was like a pressing hard down pain on into my stomach. And I couldn't last very long. Again, I had very little endurance or stamina as far as it came to doing crunches or sit-ups or V-ups or anything like that. Or even side crunches, moving to the side. Even that was a lot of effort. Um, so yeah, it took a little time to redevelop my core. Uh, but again, I had a personal trainer who, worked with me and eased me back into it. Like CrossFit coaches, they wouldn't allow me to do certain exercises because, they didn't want me to hurt myself. And that's probably wise because I don't always know when to not push it. Yeah. Okay. But, okay. So also, the PA said that I could wear either a compression shirt or a compression abdominal binder. Okay, and I did get one. let me show it to you. Hold on. Okay, so I got this binder, Apex Up. Okay, it's 9 inches from top to bottom, okay, and it was really good. It's been really helpful. I put it around my stomach. I can bind it pretty tight or not too tight, depending on what's appropriate. And at first, I used it all the time when I went to work out anywhere or even just walking around. Because even though I was kind of cleared to do light exercises, I could still feel my stomach soreness and ache some. And it just helped in general just to have it on even when I wasn't working out. I'm not using it now anymore as much, pretty much at all anymore actually. But it was really helpful while I was recovering, while I was going back to CrossFit and yoga and my personal trainer. I wore this again pretty much all the time when I went to work out, and then sometimes even when I wasn't working out. Like if I just went for a walk, I would put it on, and it was comfortable. It felt good. It wasn't. It is. I forgot what it's made of, but it does keep your stomach warm, which I kind of felt helped out. Even with the warm weather, I felt like it helped out. So yeah, I would definitely recommend getting one of these for after the surgery if you find you need one. Now, so itching taken care of. The core work I got help with my CrossFit coaches, my personal trainer, Pilates, and now I can do sit-ups and V-ups and all different kinds of planks. I can do that fairly well without too much strain or pain anymore. I still feel like I'm kind of like starting over. Like before the surgery, some of these crunches and V-ups I could do like 20 or 30, and now I can maybe do 20. So I feel like I had to like start over again, but I'm quickly developing back up to where I was. And that feels good. That feels good. Now, scar management. I am not doing a good job with scar management. And the reason for that is because I'm not consistent. I did get a few things. So I got this Helo coat. This is kind of expensive. I don't think I really need this particular one. I probably should have done a little more research on it. I just basically looked for, the most popular, the best kind of, scar management cream, and this came up on Google. So I got it, but I think there are ones that are probably just as good that aren't as expensive. I think there's like $24 for this. And what you're supposed to do, you get some cream, you put it on the scar, put it on the scar, and then rub it in, okay? I also got this Medipack silicone tape, which I keep getting filled in. So, okay, put this on the scar and you leave it as you move throughout the day. I also got some moisturizing cream. Okay, and again, this was just to help with the itching some, because I still had some itching, right? Also just useful. That's also just useful moisturizing cream. Again, I am not doing a good job with the scar management because I'm not very consistent with it. It's just not something I'm used to doing, and like I will do the scar management 2-3 days and then I will forget a day, especially when I'm working. Like in the weekend, I do a weekend night shift and I do 12 hours. So 12 hours of work, trying to get 8 hours of sleep, leaves me 4 hours, and I'm kind of just not really paying attention. But so far, so good. I can definitely see it feels like, I'm not sure I can see any much of a difference, but it feels like it's helping. And the reason I say that is because, so my skin is, smooth, relatively smooth, right? Okay. But the scar isn't as smooth as my skin. And I wear a compression shirt. Okay. And I don't know if you can see these little lines. Okay. But these little lines will sometimes snag on the uneven part that is the scar, and it'll like pull. It doesn't hurt exactly, but I can definitely feel it, and it's uncomfortable when like that part of your skin doesn't move and the rest of your skin does, or that part of that scar does move and the rest of your skin doesn't move. And I definitely noticed it. I can definitely notice the scar as it kind of snags across the compression shirt. It's uncomfortable. However, I also say that it's kind of working because right after I was cleared to do light duty, I would go to yoga, and yoga I would say is light to medium duty, light to medium workout depending on which class you go to, but regular, quote unquote, regular hot yoga. I go to core power yoga, C2, just one step above the basic fundamental level. Is not too taxing, but we do upward dog. So you're on your stomach and you lean up, right? We do downward dog, downward dog, and then we lift one leg up, one-legged downward dog. As I was doing those poses, my scar would, again, it didn't hurt exactly, but it would pull, it would stretch, much more so than I feel it now. Like, it was tight. It was like tight. And when I did upward dog, it felt like it was really straining to pull that, and that was uncomfortable. And actually, a few times it was even kind of painful. Not like terribly painful, but it was definitely like a strong pinch maybe, and it was uncomfortable, slightly painful at times, and it made some yoga poses a little more difficult to do. However, again, I have been, again, not consistently, but I have been trying to take care of the scars with the creams and stuff, and it's easier now. Okay, I am able to do upward dog without as much of a strain or pull. I can do a tree thing without too much of a strain or pull. I still feel it some. I don't think it'll ever completely go away. I just feel like that's the way it's going to be, because it's definitely a scar. It's going to be there forever. And fortunately for me, I've never had too much of an issue with scars. I've had other scars, like growing up, a few scars, but I've never developed like I believe they're called keloids. I've never had it be too much of a problem. And the same thing for other people in my family. Like my brother, he had surgeries, and my father had surgeries, and you can see the scars on them, but they're really faint now. And so, fortunately for me, scars have never been too big of a impact upon both myself or too many people in my family. And I'm hopeful that the scars don't go away, but they will fade to what I'm going to call a tolerable level. Because right now they're really noticeable. I mean, they're like red, and they're like, again, not jagged, but rough. So yeah, but I think in time, as I was informed, maybe 1 or 2 years, it should fade to a nice faint line. I'm hoping. So yeah, I got to do a better job of being consistent with my scar management. Other than that, my core seems on its way to being back to where it was before the surgery. I still get a bit of a uncomfortable feeling every so often. I don't know how to say it exactly. More like, imagine your muscles really, really tight, and then you need to relax it, and you're just slowly relaxing, okay, but like almost trying to seize up again. That's kind of what it feels like sometimes when I'm engaging my core. Like, it'll tighten up, and then when I relax, it's like slowly relaxing. It kind of feels like that anyways. But it's ready to come back again, strong again. Even now, when I touch my abs, they're tense. Okay, they feel really, really solid, like they're engaged. The thing is, I don't know if that's normal or not, and I say that because previously, when I had the excess skin and fat, and I touched my stomach, it was soft, it was gushy. Okay, it was like a nice soft pillow. But now it feels dense. It feels like like a hard, I want to say gel, but that's not right. But they feel dense. And I'm thinking, is that normal? Is that the way it's supposed to be? And I've had my Pilates coach, poke me. I have my personal trainer, poke me, and she said, no, that looks like muscle. It just looks like muscle. Oh, okay. I guess it's muscle. I don't know. I've never had my ab muscles available for me to touch that readily before. I will say, though, that okay, so you have your abs, your upper abs, you have your lower abs. Okay, I feel like my upper abs recovered quicker than my lower abs because my upper abs I can do like crunches, more crunches than I can do leg ups, or reverse crunches where you're on your back and you're kicking your legs out and back again. Yeah, I feel like my upper abs have recovered faster than my lower abs, but my lower abs are well on their way. They still feel a little tense, a little tight, a little like, not like they're gonna cramp up, but almost like they're gonna cramp up. I don't know. It's not painful. And my cat just rolled a dice on the floor. Oh, hey, natural 20. Good job. Yeah, so that's where I am as far as the soreness in my stomach and as far as recovering my stomach. The itching's gone, and the scar management I'm working on. I gotta do a better job. Next, so in a couple of days, it'll be 3 months, and that's when the PA said that I would be considered fully recovered. And I think I'm right on track with that. In a couple of weeks, I believe August 7th, I have my next meeting with Dr. Song about my next surgery. And I'm hoping I can do the top portion next. Maybe my back also, my legs, I'm not sure. We'll talk about it. And in the meantime, I did speak with another surgeon about getting my face done, my chin here waddle done. I just wanted to get a price on it. I am going to talk to Dr. Song about that too. But I just wanted to get an idea of where I was price-wise, because insurance will not pay for this at all. Dr. Song said they wouldn't. The doctor I talked to said they wouldn't. Pretty much, it's not getting paid for. And I just wanted to get a ballpark figure of how much I might need to accommodate in my budget for the surgery. And I got a quote. $22,000. Yeah, that's for the chin and part of my face and bringing, how do they put it? So they would stretch out my face back and over my ears. I don't need to get my forehead done or anything like that, or too much of my eyes, but basically everything from my cheeks down, they suggested, doing a surgery for. And the quote I was given was $22,000. All on me. Okay. I have been saving since 2021, so I can pay for it all. But I want to see what Dr. Song says. See if you can, shop around, get a little, see what kind of prices they can go. So yeah, or what kind of prices they can get. So yeah, that's what's next. I'll let you know how that goes. See ya. Thank you.